to religious concepts. It will be apparent from the previous chapter that further consideration of the religious beliefs of the Batak will throw light on many points of the subject matter of this work. The whole of the personal and social life of the pagan Batak is pervaded with their religious conceptions, and they discuss the aspect of life in which their behavior is not guided by religious motives and their thoughts dominated by concepts of the supernatural. These pagan ideas continue to live on for a long time after conversion to Christianity. As is the case the world over, a number of usages and customs that are of a neighbor be pagan character have been preserved either as a result of habitual use or as byproducts of old fears. They may have been modified by Christian beliefs and by admission into Christian sphere or absorbed into the natural zone of ancient usages, tradition, referential practices, symbolism, obligatory ritual, and the requirements of juridical forms, etc., where for that matter some of them existed earlier. The paganism of the Batak is a mixture of theistical belief in gods and a mystic veneration of the souls of the deceased and dynamism. In many procedures and customs, these three forms of religious thought are still inseparably interwoven, and in applying them, neither the ordinary man nor the leaders of the established cult or of magical religious practices distinguish these elements sharply from each other. On the contrary, they have only confused ideas about them. Thus, the description and explanation of many a phenomenon can provide elucidation in two different ways according to whether the emphasis is laid in one direction or in the other. In the following observations, I have limited myself as much as possible to drawing on those of my notes that relate to the legal relationships. I have also borrowed some data from Dr. J. Warneck's Die Religion der Batak 1909 and Dr. J. Winkler's Die Toba Batak of Sumatra in Gesunden und Kankentagen 1925 and from the works of Ipes.